Hello, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. We'll get started right away. What's the, what background noise? Static? Hold on. There's my heater on, but it doesn't sound like my heater. Like a fuzz, like a washing machine. That's not good. Hold on. Give me a second. Is this still really bad? Is this still really bad? I swear I didn't touch the setup since last time. How does it sound now? Now it's okay? Okay. I don't know what that was. Anyway. So, yeah. All right. It's better. I don't know what that is. If it's, still here, much quieter. So what is it? It's just like static? Okay, if anyone knows what I should get for better audio for this, let me know. Because my expertise is in video recording, so I can get good audio from my camera. But I'm not sure what the best way is for mic settings. No, the mic settings are exactly the same as last time. So I'm not quite sure what would be the problem. Is the computer by the mic? No, not really. The jack is plugged in. Is it time for me to buy a new microphone for the computer? I look tired. Oh, I'm not tired. I'm actually very awake right now. Maybe I just need more light on my face. When I talk, it sounds fuzzy. That's not good. Then, trying to think, what else do I have? What else do I have here that I could use? Is the mic near a lamp? No, it's not. Yeah, I have lots of microphones, but I don't have microphones that I can hook directly into my computer. I only have my one USB microphone. And it's not a jack either, it's a USB microphone. So I even I even have less of an idea why it would be acting strange. Let me check something. Hold on, let me check something. Is it any different now? If not, then I have no idea. Okay, I had a light I just turned off. I'll turn back on. Maybe the microphone changed? No, I'm not sure. Huh. But you can still hear it. No, it's not a lapel mic. And the microphone is not close to the computer at all. Okay. Well, I care about it because I'm going to be uploading some abridged versions of all these lessons where I edit everything down. So if there's like a bad microphone in there, then people will have to hear that the whole time for 2 hours, and when they watch the live stream later, and in the abridged version. So it's not a good thing. Figure it out later. Okay, if it's Ahimang, do you think it's acceptable to continue like this? Because yeah, if not, then what I can do is try to search for another microphone. I have a lower quality microphone that I could try plugging in, and we can see if that works. Sounds like I'm peaking. That's really bad then. Oh no. Definitely should not be peaking. Okay. Worse and worse. Great. Great, great. Okay. Yeah, I don't want it to be peaking the whole time because it's very bad actually. Ahimang, I disabled a different microphone I had. I mean, not a microphone. I had headphones plugged in. I unplugged those. If you think it's still bad, I can try to get rid of that. Ahimang, I need your opinion. Try another port. It's not a port, it's a USB. Sounds, Ahimang, how, okay, do you think it's acceptable? Okay. Yeah, okay, well that's just, all right. My guess is it's a problem with this USB microphone, so this microphone is 4 years old. I've had it almost since I first started the channel. So apologies for that. I swear I didn't touch anything from the last stream. It just decided to do this. So maybe I should buy a new microphone. No, there's no other mic connected. No, it's not lowering the gain. The gain is already as low as it can go. Trust me, I'm not that much of an amateur, but I'm not sure what's wrong with this mic. It's had some issues before, so the gain. Yeah, there is no gain to lower. It's already as low as possible. I can lower it even further. Make sure it is a USB microphone. I can lower the gain. I can lower the gain even further. Switch the mic. Okay, so apologies for this microphone issue. I'm going to go get a different microphone and we're going to try that and see if it works any better. But I warn you, the other microphone I have is also a USB microphone. So better, nice. No, this is much. Okay, I'm going to go. Himong, if I get the okay, I'm just going to go with this because I have another microphone, but it's also USB. I feel like it's not going to be any better if I switch. So, and the other USB I have is actually, it was a $1 eBay USB microphone. So, okay. First announcement. Will Billy get a new microphone? Okay, so I'll have a microphone fund. And if anyone has a suggestion for a good microphone setup for live streaming, because I'm not too familiar with live streaming stuff, microphone CA5. All right, Blood Falcon 2K7. Thanks. Okay, I'm gonna put over here in the microphone fund. So today's stream donations will go toward a new microphone. This is a microphone, I promise. Okay, first we got Blood Falcon. $2K7 CA. Oh wait, let me write that over on the left side. CA5 Bisarami. Oh hey, Bisarami. Awesome. Thanks guys. Bisarami, you did twice. Was that a mistake? You did it twice? Came in twice though. Awesome, you're the man. Thanks guys, both of you. And please, if you have a suggestion for a microphone, don't write it here, but tell me in Discord. So everyone check out the Discord chat as well. And if you have a recommended microphone and setup for doing reliable live streams, because this microphone I'm using right now is what I use for recording narrations, and it works great for narrations. But as a live stream microphone, I should probably do something better. Sam Strongarm. Awesome, Sam. I remember your name from last time. Yes, I apologize for the extra time this has taken. I didn't expect to have any issues with the microphone since it's never given me any issues before. Yes, there's a Discord chat, a Rode mic. Yes, I actually use I have a Rode mic lavalier. Unfortunately, it's not long enough to go into my computer, and I have an audio extension somewhere, but I'm not sure. So I could try using this. Maybe this is what I normally use for other live streams. It works okay, but I'll have to play around with it. So I'll try to fix that up before next time. So we'll have better audio for next time. It says, yeah, I don't think it's good. All right. Anyway, hopefully we're okay though for today. Hopefully this will be acceptable. A couple things. One is there's two more. Oh, Jess Bridges. Awesome, Jess. Thank you as well. I want to get a setup so when people give donations, like the board will flash and it'll play music or something, like play a sound effect. So I'm also trying to set something like that up as well. So yes, welcome everyone to the stream today. Sorry for taking 10 minutes to try to fix the microphone, which I could not really fix very much. Hopefully it's acceptable though. If it's unacceptable, I really apologize. Hopefully it's at least good enough. Today we're going to be learning about 2 ways to say to try in Korean. Oh, Sarah Lyons. Nice, thanks. Thanks to everyone. Sarah Lyons again. It's Sen from Discord. Oh, you guys know each other from the Discord. Yes, so we're going to be talking about how to say to try in Korean. But first I just want to give a couple quick announcements. One of them is that this week, on Tuesday, I'm uploading a brand new series, of videos. It doesn't mean every week, but maybe once every month, I'll do a episode of this new series, which is called Billy Backstage. And it's going to give you a backstage look at how I make my videos. Not how I do my live streams, because, you know, I'm not very good at doing live streaming yet, but how I do, the first one will be about how I do the Korean FAQ episodes. So I'll talk about the setup for the lights and the marker and everything. And then maybe next month I'll do one about lighting, like how I light my videos, or maybe one about cameras or editing. So they're not related to learning Korean, but because of that, I promise I'll only be uploading them sparsely, just, you know, There might only be a total of 6 episodes or something. But anyway, the first one will be this Tuesday, so that will be coming up this week. Also, I'm finished with my new workbook for Korean Made Simple 1. I made an expanded workbook. It's about 170 pages of extra workbook problems, completely optional, but I'm finishing that up, currently just getting the cover made. I have someone who's working on the cover for me, and once that's all done, I'll make an official announcement for that. Other than that, maybe he'll give me more exclusive things for the Instagram. Oh yeah, sure. Let me know if there's anything I can give you for that specifically also. And also I was considering, I don't know if I'll do this, but I was considering just something to think about. What if I were to do one-to-one tutoring with some of you guys? And if ARS, hold on, what is ARS? I have to know what ARS is again. Himong, how much is ARS 200? I have no idea. Yeah, I think because Carmenas did that last time, and I had to ask you to translate that because I didn't know how much that was. Argentine peso, how much is that in US dollars? Nice, 528. Thanks, Carmenas. But you put this giant number just to make it look huge. I know it looks like $1 million. You should someone should give me like Zimbabwe money just so it could say like 10 trillion or something. I think that'd be great. Thanks, I appreciate all you guys, and this will definitely all go toward fixing the audio. It probably more than this for something. Okay, so the other thing is I was thinking about doing one-to-one tutoring for some of my larger donations, the people who have given donations over the time, and doing that as an extra live stream. So not instead of a weekly live stream, but just an extra thing where I do where I live stream giving them a one-on-one lesson over Skype, for example. And I would teach them Korean, so we focus on what they're lacking and try to correct the pronunciation, teach them grammar, whatever it is they need to know tailored specifically to them. So I was thinking about doing that kind of thing. If you guys think that might be something that's interesting to watch, let me know. If not, then I might just do it anyway, but not live stream it. So just something to think about. So sorry, let's get right into the lesson. I'll try to make this quick introduction though. So there are 2 main ways of saying to try in Korean. And one of them has to do with, well, they're both different. One of them uses the verb boda, literally meaning to see. And the other one doesn't. The other one uses a grammar form. We'll just write ryeogo. And these are often confused with each other, and they'll both appear together whenever the concept of how to say to try is taught, because they're very similar concepts, but they have very different uses. So first we're going to talk about, and there's only two we're talking about today, but I think they're quite large topics. So the first one we're going to be talking about today, we're not allowed to talk about the audio because we want the lesson. No, you're allowed to talk about the audio. I apologize for that. I wish I could hear the audio myself, so I could see how bad it is. Well, let me see if this is the audio will not be edited. Yeah, the audio will be edited. We'll fix. Well, I can't fix it, but I'll cut the audio. Okay. You look like Charlie Puth. Thank you. I've heard that a bunch of times. So the first one is, and I hope the audio is not so bad that you can't enjoy the lesson, but the first one is a form using boda. And to make it, you first need to know how to conjugate the yo form. So we're not going to be talking about that in today's lesson because that would be a whole separate live stream. And I've actually covered how to conjugate the yo form several times throughout different live streams. So hopefully you have an idea about how to do it. For example, hada, you know, how hada becomes he, kada becomes ka, boda. Just giving you some examples. To eat becomes mogo. And you know how it'll usually add this a or a or some other sort of ending to it. Ita becomes iso. You know, this is regular yo form conjugation. So I'm not going to be covering this again in today's lesson, but what you do is you first conjugate that same way as usual. But then instead of attaching a yo, you do not attach yo for this. You will attach boda, the verb boda, literally meaning to see. And here, this is actually, although in grammar forms verbs have different uses. For example, here it naturally translate as to see. You're not seeing anything, but the literal meaning of this verb is to see. And that's important for when we talk about how this form is different than the regular form. So let me give you a few examples. So what this actually means is, this is the literal meaning of the form. And in this case, I think it's good to learn the literal meaning of the form. So it's not just to try doing something. So the verb you have first is whatever verb you're going to try doing. So to try, and then the verb. So let's say your verb is eat, right? Now you want to say try eating it. Like you want to tell your friend, hey, you should try this. You should try eating this. It's good. So we're going to use boda for to eat. So, we conjugate it. Then we have boda, which we're going to conjugate this however we want. Did we try it? 보고 봤어요, past tense. Will we try it? Please try it. Whatever you want to do, you would conjugate boda to be that. So to try doing is what you might see it listed as in books or online, but that's not the whole meaning. The literal meaning of this, and I think this helps, is to try doing and see specifically how it goes. The reason I think this is better to learn the literal way is because there are many cases where people will attach this boda form, but if you translate it in English as try, it doesn't make any sense. A quick example. Normally, you can say that you're going to take off, that you're going to leave. You can say 가볼게요, or just 갈게요, I will go. Basically, I will go for you. Like, hey, just letting you know, I'm going now. But you can also say 가보 with 가보다, 가볼게요, like I will go. And then if you translate this in English, 가보다, you might think it means to try going somewhere. Is the chat okay? I don't see anyone talking. I guess it's still alive. Anyway, so you might think this means to try going. And in some cases, it could translate as to try going. But another way to think of this as is to go and then see how that goes. Like, I'm going to go and then I'll see how my going goes. Like, see how it goes. If I take off right now, I'll just see how it goes. Kind of in that sense. Doing something and then thinking about or just looking at what happens as a result of doing that. No, it's okay. It just stopped right at when I was changing transitioning. So I looked at the chat and it was empty. I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, we're good. So you can think of 먹어보다 as literally meaning to try some food, to try eating, and then see how that went. The action of eating, to see how it went when you tried it. So how was it? Well, I'm going to eat it and I'm going to see how it goes, right? So in that sense, it means to try. It doesn't mean to try something as in to put effort into it. It doesn't mean to try to study. It doesn't mean to try to win the Olympics. It doesn't mean to try to learn Korean. It actually means to do something and see how it goes in that sense. So if you were to say study Korean, for example, 공부하다, for to study. So if we were to do 공부해, right, we get the U form. Then 보다. You might think this could translate as to try studying. Yeah, it could, to try studying, but it doesn't just mean to put effort into studying. That's not what it means. It means to go ahead and just study and then see how it goes. So that's the sense that this grammar form means to try. It doesn't mean to put effort into do something, to try hard. You cannot say you try hard with this form. Because of that, it's not putting in effort to do something. It's only doing something and seeing how it goes. Trying it. Trying it for the first time. You can kind of think of it as meaning like doing something for the first time. In that sense, trying, though it doesn't have to be always the first time, but in that way, trying something for the very first time doesn't mean you're putting effort into it. It just means you're doing it and seeing how it goes. So that's the meaning of this form. Is that kind of clear? Because it's really important that you know how this form is used so that when you learn the next form, you'll see, oh, this is very different. And that way you won't get them confused, because a lot of people can get these confused. 말해봐. Yeah, that means tell me. 말하다, to talk. 보다, to see. 말해봐. So you tell me, and let's see how it goes. Try telling me. You just tell me, okay? Like that. Try it. Try telling me at is what it literally means. It doesn't mean put effort into telling me. So, to try to do something, or just to do something and then see how it goes. However, so one more time, this actually means that you are successfully doing something. This does not mean that you are attempting. This is not attempt. This doesn't mean you're attempting something. Because attempting something, it could, but attempting something usually could mean that you're successfully doing it, right? I'm going to attempt to learn Korean, but you can also fail. You can also fail if you attempt something, right? Or if you say, I attempted to learn Korean, you might have failed to do it. You tried it, but you failed. You couldn't learn any Korean. This is more like, again, this is more like just successfully just going ahead and doing something. I am just going to do it and see how it goes. Or I did it and saw how it went. It does not mean that you were unsuccessful or specific. Yeah, it does not specifically mean that you tried and failed. It just means you did it and saw how your results were. So again, just remember that this is doing something and seeing how it goes. So sorry, I know I explained that 3 times in 3 different ways, but just to make sure you get it. So the example I gave you with to eat, you could tell your friend, now in Korean, when you tell someone to try food, if you say, hey, try it, right? And if you're talking about food, you're not going to say do, you're not going to use the verb do, you're going to use the verb eat. So in Korean, when they say try food, what they're actually saying is try eating it. They use 먹다, they use eat with this form when you want to tell someone to try something. Hey, 먹어봐요, try it. This would be a command. 먹어봐요. Hey, 먹어봐요, try it. It's good. 맛있어요, 먹어봐요. Eat it and see how it is. Try it. So try eating it, more literally. Or what if you wanted to say, let's see, I want to ask you guys something. So this is for you guys. So once again, here is the form for to try food, to try eating something. How would you say, I want to try it? I want to try it. So how would you use this to say, I want to try it? 상상해봐. Yeah, you can translate it for Jason Pan. You ask 상상해봐. Yeah, it means think about it and then try to imagine. So think about that and then look at the result of you thinking about that. So think about it and then see how that went. Well, what did you think? Kind of like that. Like think about whatever it is that you thought about. Oh, why does caffeine taste so good? I mean, I guess it's not caffeine, but the drinks that they put caffeine in taste so good. 먹어보고 싶어요. Santa M. The N you put 요. It's not wrong. It's more of a cutesy way of writing it. It should be 요. 먹어보고 싶다. YouTube user 9. You could write that, but it would be plain form, so it would not be polite to say that. You could say that to a very close friend, though. 먹어보고 싶어요. Flying Karis 999. Nice. 이것을 먹어. Kalon Sampaio. You wrote O, but it should be all. 보고 싶어요. The rest is fine. 먹어봐요. 먹어봐요 is telling someone, the legend shadow. We want to say, I want to try it. 먹어보고 싶어요. Nice, nice. 저는 먹어보고 싶어요. 이미야나. You wrote 싶어요. It should be 싶어요. 싶. So like that. 먹어보고 싶어요. 먹어보고 싶어요. And Carmen Maikaya Dixon, also you wrote 먹어봐요, but we're doing I want to try it. And 먹어봐요 would be more of a What? I shouldn't swear in a live stream. Dang, son. Wow. All right. Well, that's the largest donation I've ever got. Thank you, Ahimon. Wow. Okay. Okay. That happened. Hold on. I feel bad. I want really quickly just check the rest of these before I. 뭐가 보고 싶어요? 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 먹고. BB AKA, you're right. 먹고. It should be 먹어 with this. 먹어. Sorry, I just don't want to forget the lesson. Oh, wow. Thank you. Thanks, Ahimang. All right. Okay, so you won the stream. I'm very appreciative to all of you guys. As you know, the live stream, this stuff, I do it with my own money. Well, I really appreciate that. So I'm going to use all of this, and hopefully this week I can work out what microphone I should get for live streaming, and maybe I'll get something, I don't know, maybe a better lavalier or some system that I can better give you guys audio. So you can tell how much the mic is annoying me. I really apologize. I wish it wasn't bad, because this is actually a very nice microphone normally. So it must be some weird issue with the software. I don't know. Well, yeah, she won the stream. Okay, so yes, thank you again. And we'll continue the lesson. A new shirt? No, I have 4 of these shirts. I'm okay. What I might try is plugging up my microphone, my lavalier microphone, to my computer, just using a very long cable. So I could try that, because I do have a long extension cable. So maybe I'll try that out later. I could try that right now, but I'd have to take like 5-10 minutes to go run downstairs and hook it up, and it's not worth it. I'll do it for next time. But yes, thank you. So I want to try it. So we did that. So let's go on for some more examples, because I do have to finish this whole section within 30 minutes, so I can go on to the next one. Actually, no, I have to finish this within. Oh yeah, I think I'm okay. I could take another 20 minutes or so. Okay, the next thing is I want to say I tried meeting. Please dab for 5 full seconds as a thank you. How do I, okay. I need a timer. Okay, I need a timer. So you guys have to count for 5 for me. So here we go. Hold on. Got to get loosened up. Okay. Just doing some warm-ups. 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. All right, here we go. Five. Ooh. I think I got it. Is that 5 seconds? I think that was 5 seconds. Whew. Oh, I don't need to exercise tonight. That's good. All right, then. Okay, so continuing. This is another sentence I would like you guys to do. Originally, I wrote this down that I would just write it, but I'm feeling pretty confident that you guys have already got this. So I tried meeting the teacher as literally I tried meeting the teacher. How would we say this? So I want you guys to do this. Go ahead and try starting it. I'm going to write down some of these words for everyone else who doesn't already know them. So teacher would be 선생님. One of the ways to say teacher, 선생님. And meet is the verb 만나다. 만나다. So 선생님 만나다. So I want to say I tried. So this is past tense. Notice it's past. Wow. Okay. All right then. Well, I guess I'm getting or I guess I'm, at least, the very least, I'm going to be fixing the microphone for next time. The easiest way could be just going right back to my nice lavalier, but getting a special cord, a way to hook it up that's reliable. But I'll figure out something. It'll be better for next time. Maybe I could do some other stuff with that too for the live stream. Okay. So let's check here. The first person to write, 선생님을 만나봤어요. 이미야나, nice, 이미야나, you got it first. 선생님이, sweetest fortune, you wrote 선생님이, which would mean the teacher was the person who met someone who's unnamed here. So it would be 선생님 for the object marker if you want to say you tried meeting the teacher, unless the teacher is the one meeting someone else. 선생님 만나봤어요. Santa M, okay, you can just remove the object marker and you don't have to worry about that, but that works fine too. 저는 선생님을 만나고, not 만나고, but remember this uses the a or o from the yo form. So this is the yo form. So it's not 고, it would be 만나. 만나봤어요. 선생님을 만나봤어요. 선생님을 만나보고 싶었어요. I wanted to meet the teacher. Okay, that's fine. That makes sense. It's not what we wrote here, but it's a correct sentence. 선생님을 만나봤어요. 선생님을 만나봤어요. 선생님을 만나봤어요. 선생님을 만나봤어요. 전 선생님을 Luciana, you wrote 만나봤어요. So I think it's just a typo. You forgot to write the ni in there. Battery mic pack. I don't know if they do those for computers. That might be a bit overkill. But I think the best way is usually wired, I think. Because you don't have to deal with batteries dying or interference or anything. 선생님을 만나봤어요. 선생님을 만나봤어요. 선생님 만나봤어요. 선생님, yep, Abby, nice. 선생님 만나봤어요. It's fine too. 선생님 만나봤어요. The signal is overdriven. Yeah, I really don't know why. Because, like I said, the microphone's at its lowest setting. Okay. All right. Discuss it with me later. Yeah, because I have no microphone for live streaming. I have no knowledge about microphones for live streaming. I only know, everything I know is microphones for video, and I would know how to fix this if this was a video. I have lots of other microphones I can use for video, but not for live streaming. So, 선생님을 만나봤어요. Okay. All of you, pretty much all of you, with a few exceptions which I corrected, got it correct. So, 선생님을. So we have 선생님을 here, and then 만나. In this case, the yo form is just 만나, which would normally be 만나요. So just 만나, and then 보다 in the past tense, which was just 봤어요. 만나 봤어요. So I tried meeting the teacher, or literally, I met the teacher and then saw how it went. You know, I just tried, not attempted to. I didn't put effort into it. I just tried it out. You know, first time I just tried out meeting the teacher. In that sense. That's what this form means. Just saying that again, just so it's really clear that this means you actually are doing it. It doesn't mean, like in English you could say, I tried to meet the teacher, but he was busy, right? I tried to meet him, but he was busy. You cannot use this form to say that, because it doesn't mean that you attempted to do something, that you put effort into do something. It means you just did it. You tried it out, right? So yeah, I tried meeting the teacher. You know, I wanted to meet the teacher, and I heard he's really cool, so I tried meeting him. That's what it means. 먹어보다, whether it can mean eat and look or try. It's not try I'm not sure what the question is. Oh, I think I missed the other part of your thing. Whether someone is trying to say to meet and look, it cannot mean to meet and look, because it's connected together into one part. It's just, for example, 먹어보다. It's eat, look. So it could never mean like look and eat. It just means, well, literally, like as I said, eat and look. So that means to try to do something when Koreans use this construction. The next one. A really common usage of this is with the verb 입다, which means to wear. So if you want to wear specifically a shirt, this is not every verb for to wear. There are actually about, I want to say about 9 or 10 different verbs, and of those like 6 or 7 which are really common, different verbs for how to say to wear, whether you're wearing a shirt or wearing a belt or wearing a hat or wearing a mask or sunglasses or wearing a bracelet or wearing a backpack or wearing shoes or socks. You know, they're all different in Korean. 입다 is simply for wearing like a dress or a shirt, something that covers your whole body. So shirt, dress, coat. If you're wearing something that covers most of your whole body, they just say 입다. So that's the general word for to wear, but it doesn't work for hats or anything else. So you can combine this with 보다, and you can get 입어, 보다. And this is the regular verb that they use when you're saying to try something on. So if you go to the clothing store and you see a shirt that you really like, you can say, I want to try it on. 입어 볼래. 입어 볼래요. And you remember we talked about this form in the future tense live stream, and I explained that this reo form means that you're showing intention, that you're going to do something, that you intend to do something. So this means I intend to try on, literally, I intend to try on the clothes, this shirt or dress. So I'm gonna try it on. Hey, I'm gonna go try this on, right? In English, we would say very naturally, hey, I'm gonna go try this on. In Korean, you would say, 입어볼래요. 이거, this thing, 이거 입어볼래요. I'm gonna go try this on. And that would be very natural in Korean. Or if you want to say more, just more standard, you can also say, without expressing it's your intention. And if this is a bit confusing to you, you can go back and watch the future tense live stream, but I'm just adding it in here because it's a little bit relevant. So you could just say, 입어보고 싶어요. That doesn't mean you're intending to. It doesn't mean, hey, I'm going to go do this. I'm intending to do this. It just means I want to. So you can hold it up, say like, hey, I want to try this on. I would like to try this on. Excuse me. You go to the clerk. You go to the store, the owner or something. You go up and you hold the shirt. Say, 저기 저 입어보고 싶어요. I would like to try this on. You're not saying, hey, I'm going to go try this on to your friend. You're just telling the store owner, hey, I would like to try this on. And the store owner would say, oh, yes, we have the clothing room, dressing room right over here. And they escort you to the dressing room. And then you can try it on. So this would be the verb that you would use to try on some clothes. Another one. Let's say you wanted to go somewhere. So we kind of talked about this really quickly, but you can use boda to say to go somewhere and see how it goes. So if you want to say like, oh, someday I would really like to go to Korea, right? Oh, someday I want to go to Korea. What you're really saying is, I would like to go there and see how it is, right? I want to go to Korea and see how it is literally what you're saying in Korean. So you'd say, 가보고 싶어요. So you could say something like, 한국에, to Korea, 한 번 means one, han, from one, and 번 meaning time, once, basically it's in Korean, once, 가보고 싶어요. 한국에 한 번 가보고 싶어요. One of my foam audio sponges just fell off the wall. Whatever, I'll fix that later. So you could say something like this. So 한국에 한 번, to Korea once, 가보고 싶어요. I'd like to go to Korea once. I really want to take a trip to Korea once and see how it is what you're literally saying. And if you could also just say, so you might be thinking, well then why can't I just say 가고 싶어요? Maybe you're thinking this, or maybe you'll think it later if you get confused. 한국에 한 번 가고 싶어요. Literally is okay. That just means to Korea once. I want to go. I want to go to Korea once. But adding 보다, so then that's what it literally means, and that's fine. If you just want to say, hey, I want to go to Korea. Why? Okay, it's fine though. But if you wanted to show that you're trying it out, that you're experimenting, that you're gonna see how it is, then they often will add this 보다 form onto saying they're going somewhere, just to show that why they're going, to kind of give meaning to why they're going, to say like, hey, I'm going there to see how it is, to see how it goes, right? I'd like to go there once and see how it is. That's why they add this 보다. So you don't have to add it if you just want to say, I want to go to Korea. But if you want to add kind of a meaning of like, I just want to check it out, right? I want to check it out. And in English, we might say, check it out. And in Korean, you translate it and it becomes just 가고 싶어요, and it's really boring. So you can add on that kind of feeling of, yeah, I want to go check out Korea once, right? You kind of can add on a little bit more feeling of that you're going to see how something is whenever you add 보다 to it. So you'll see 보다 used often on verbs that you might think, why did they add 보다 on there? Like, why do they need to see how it is? Well, it kind of adds that same meaning like what we have in English. You might say, I'm going to go, or I'm going to check it out, right? It's just a little more natural. It shows that you're going to see how it goes. You're going to see how it is. Or in English, you might say, I'm going to eat this, right? Or I'm going to try this, right? He is going to come here. Oh, he's going to come check this place out. The extra kind of meaning you get from adding 보다 is kind of like what happens in English when you completely change the verb. But in Korean, you can do that simply by using this form. And then one more example I wanted to give you guys before we go on to our next form is 해, so from hada, to do, 보다, 해보면. I want you guys to translate this for me. 해보면, 알, from 알다, to know, 알 거예요. 해보면 알 거예요. How would you translate this into English? So this would be for you who are high beginner or low intermediate to try out. It can be used to soften the urgency of a want, not so much soften the urgency of it, but more as to specify that you're just doing it to see how it is. So it's not just like I want to go to Korea, but I want to go to Korea specifically because I want to see how it is. So that's hard to convey in English because it sounds a little unnatural, but in English what we do is completely different. We simply in English change the verb. We'll just say check it out, right? Or some other verb completely. But in Korean they can add that meaning of and see how it is by attaching this grammar form. If you try, you'll know. Yep, if I try it, I'll know it. You know it if you try. Exactly, yes. I think you guys have got it. If you try it, you'll know. So this is 해보다. So 해보면, which is the if. So if you try it. And the reason I'm giving you the sentence is because, and then 알 거예요 for the future tense. 알다 becomes 알 거, will know. You will know if you try. So hey, you'll know if you try. So someone might say, hey, how is it? Was it fun? Was it boring? You say, 해보면 알 거예요. If you know it, if you try it, you'll know it. You'll know what I'm talking about. But you got to try it. Kind of in that sense. So if you wanted to add any sort of different conjugation to it, like if you wanted to say, if you try it, or when you try it, right? 해볼 때. Or I tried it, but. 해봤지만. Notice how any of these endings, so any other grammar form that you add or any ending, comes to the end of the boda form. You do not mess with this form. This will always be this. You'll always do the exact same yo form conjugation for the verb and only alter the ending part boda. So that's very careful to keep in mind. So you do not want to you don't want to make it like I'm writing something that's really right. Hey, payo. So we have the payo ending. And you want to say, if you try it, you say, 하면, right? If I do it, payo, this would mean something different. Like, if you do it, look. It wouldn't make any sense. Only alter the ending part with boda. Do not alter, and this is not just with this form. This isn't only with this grammar form, but any grammar form that uses a combination of like the o form or any specific conjugation and then a verb at the end, always only mess with that verb. Another example is like if you have the, the 고 있다 form for something you are currently doing, like I am currently doing it, right? If you wanted to say I was currently doing it, you don't mess with this form. You only mess with the ending form. So you would change 있다 to be something else. So this applies in all grammar forms, pretty much all grammar forms, that you only mess with the ending part that's part of the grammar form. You don't mess with the verb. So I've seen some people try to think that they have to change the verb to past tense if it's past tense or something. No, it's exactly the same. It will always be, so if you have 먹다, it doesn't matter if you want to say, I will try it, I tried it, I didn't want to try it, any sort of weird conjugation, this would always become, every single time, 100% 먹어. It will never change. What will change is this part, the ending, the boda at the ending. So you would change that to past tense or future tense or negative past, future, backward tense. I don't know. Anything you want to go with, it only happens here. Okay, so let's go on to our next form. So this is actually quite simple. Once you understand that it doesn't mean to just try something, because the errors that people make with this are because they think it means to try. They think it means like, oh, I'm going to try it. So 한국어를 배워봤지만 책을 살 수 없었어요. I tried to learn Korean, but I couldn't buy a book. Well, that means you didn't even try. That means you didn't do it. You did not study Korean, right? If you were to say, I tried to study Korean with this form, you could say, I couldn't learn it because at least you tried it. If you said, for example, 공부해 봤지만 I studied it and I saw how it went, but, and then you could say, oh, I couldn't learn it. You know, it was too hard. 너무 어려웠어요. So you could have a sentence like this. 공부해봤지만 너무 어려웠어요. But at least here you're saying you successfully did it. What the verb is something you actually did. So you studied Korean and you saw how it went. But it was too hard. It does not mean I attempted to study Korean, but I didn't even try it. Like I didn't even study it. Or I attempted to go to the supermarket, but my car broke down. It cannot mean that, because that would mean you successfully went to the supermarket and then your car broke down. Just to make this again really clear, it means you're actually doing something and then seeing how it goes. It does not mean you were attempting to do something and then, you know, couldn't do it. So it means you actually do it. I tried to understand this live stream, but it was too hard. It could be. If you're a brand new beginner, it could be really difficult. 엄마가 나한테 해봐야 된다고 했어서 Carminas, whenever you're using the sol form, and I explained this in the verb ending live stream, but it does not use the past tense. It just uses the present tense. So it would just be 해서. You're never going to have 했어서 or anything like that. It's always just present tense. And then the past tense will be from the second part of the sentence. All right. I try to be here, but I missed the notification. If you came 15 minutes late, you missed nothing, because the first 15 minutes was trying to make this microphone bearable. Apparently, I hear it's still not that great. I apologize. I can't do anything else about that. I really tried hard. But next week, it'll be good. I got a giant donation, several donations from people, so I should be able to fix it up for next stream. All right. So the next form we're going to use is completely different. ryeogo hada. This looks weird because I drew it with the blunt part of this marker. ryeogo hada. So this form, let's focus on this part first, because this is the most important part of the form. This part is, the hada is actually optional. But this part of the form means to, well, it also means to try, but this does not mean to do something and see how it goes. This means to try in the sense of intend. Or when this form is translated, I think a really good way to translate it into English is going to. Oh, it's getting really hot. I'm going to turn off the heater. Going to is a way that this is often translated. This does not mean going to. This form does not mean that you will do something. But going to in English can have that meaning of when you say, going to in English, often what you mean is, I'm intending to. Like, hey, I'm going to meet my friend. It also means I will, but at the same time that going to in English also means, hey, I'm intending to. Like, that's my plan. I'm going to do it. So you'll often see this translated as going to in English, but know that the literal meaning has nothing to do with future. Future tense can be, you can say future tense with this form, but this form itself does not mean future tense by itself. So it just translates often to going to. So I think that's a really good way to translate it also, but its actual meaning is just intend. So this means I intend to do something. And in that way, it means try to. And I'll give you some examples of how that works. So in order to make this form, you take a verb stem and then you attach ryeogo if it ends in a consonant, or if it ends in a vowel, you just attach ryeogo and you're done. So ryeogo, so for example, we have hada would become ha ryeogo because it ends in a vowel, or we have 먹다, to eat, which would become 먹 ryeogo because it ends in a consonant. And that's pretty much it. There's an exception for verb stems that end with a lir, so this letter, but if a verb stem ends in a lir, all you do is you attach ryeogo. So it acts as if it ends in a vowel. So if you have the verb, say 살다, to live, 살다, to live. Well, the verb stem of it is 살, so it ends in a lir, so all you do is you attach ryeogo to the end. That's the only exception, is verbs that end with this letter. You don't have to worry about other verbs for that. So this is specifically also only with action verbs, but I don't really have to worry about that because you wouldn't try to make a descriptive verb with this anyway. Like you couldn't say, I am intending to cold. Doesn't really make any sense. Cold would be a descriptive verb, or any other descriptive verb logically doesn't make sense. So, but you can write it down, only action verbs. So action verb stem, just like boda. Boda also is only for action verbs because you can't try to hot. You can't try to funny. Doesn't make any sense since it's a descriptive verb. But you can try to do anything. You can intend to do anything. So this is the form that you can use. Remember I said that boda is only for things that you're doing and then seeing how it goes. Well, this one is the ones that you're actually just intending to do it. You are making an effort to do something. So this does not mean that you successfully did it or not. It just means that's what you're putting in effort to do. That is what you are currently attempting to do. So if you were to tell someone with this form to try to eat something, you're telling them, hey, give it a try, like open your mouth, put some effort into it. Come on, actually try to eat this. That's what you'd be saying, which is kind of funny. Like maybe if the person is has rabies and can't drink water. I guess that's really bad because rabies is pretty serious. Let's say they're trying to do a new diet and they don't want to eat cucumbers or they don't want to eat squash. So you have some squash and you're like, hey, come on, you got to try this if you want to lose weight, right? Here, you got to try this. Try to eat it. You could use this, put forth some effort into trying it, but it doesn't mean the same thing as using it with boda. So this actually means just to put forth effort to intend to do something. So it's very different in usage from boda, and you'll see that in some more examples. Rabies is pretty, I heard if you get rabies symptoms, you die 100% of the time. It's pretty bad. I thought like they had some cure for it, but I guess no, there's nothing. So don't get rabies, be very careful. So that's all there is to it, but it's best to see some examples so you can see how it works. So again, this ryeogo form by itself is what shows intention. The hada at the end is optional, but if you want to add some tense to it, you can use hada. So you could just have a verb, like say for hada, so we'll just work for hada right now. So you can say ryeogo or ryeogo yo if you want to be polite. So you could just say ryeogo yo and you're done. You don't have to add hada at the end. You could say ryeogo heo, right? You just conjugate it. Ryeogo heo, I am intending to do it. I am trying to do it. That's it. Or this is completely optional. You can just say ryeogo or ryeogo yo. This hada is useful for showing tense, but it's not necessary. And the part that shows intention is just this ryeogo part by itself. This part alone shows intention. So we can also change hada to other verbs, which I'll show you next. But first, let's talk a little bit more about this form. Despite wasting 15 minutes trying to fix the microphone, we're actually doing okay on time so far. So I'm pretty happy about that. Okay, so again, this does not mean you're successfully doing it. You're not trying it and seeing how it goes. It just means you're intending to do something, like you're attempting. Right? Putting effort into it. I think effort is a good way to thinking of it because although it doesn't necessarily mean putting an effort to do it, if you translate it as effort, putting effort into in your head, you'll be less likely to misuse this because it won't make sense in other cases. So you can only use this where it makes sense. Let's see some examples. For example, you might want to tell your friend, 지금, oops. I swear I have like mild dyslexia sometimes. 지금 자려고 해요. Or actually, let's even change this. 지금 자려고 하고 있어요. Literally, completely literally, Now, trying to, intending to sleep. 하고 있어요. I am. So I am 하고 있어요. Notice hada is useful if you want to add an extra, add a sort of some sort of tense to it. So here hada is useful for adding the tense of the progressive tense. Am doing. So I am intending to sleep. Now, 지금 자려고 하고 있어요. But if you wanted, you could just say 지금 자려고요 and end the sentence. I'm trying to sleep now. But adding the 하고 있어요 just shows more emphasis that it's happening right now. So it adds that the progressive tense to it. You know, the regular 하고 있다, the 고 있다 form. So what we have here is I am intending to sleep now, or more naturally, I'm trying to sleep now, or even what I said first, I'm going to sleep now, which is what we just say in English most naturally. We don't usually say, oh, I'm trying to sleep now, unless you want to complain to your friend like, hey, I'm trying to sleep. Could you keep it down? That's okay too. That's what this means too. But it also could just mean, hey, I'm going to sleep now. Just so you know, I am intending to sleep. I'm letting you know that I am intending to sleep. Just like in English, we'd say, hey, I'm going to sleep. Or if you wanted to complain to your friend, again, I'm trying to sleep. Could you keep it down? Or whatever. You know, maybe your friend's singing karaoke. You're saying, 지금 자려고. 나 지금 자려고. I'm trying to sleep right now. Hey, that works perfectly fine as well. So I think, let's give you guys an example and see how you can take this one on. I'm going to go. Basically, I'm intending to, like I'm letting you know, I'm going to go to the movie theater. And movie theater is 영화. Specifically, this is for movies. This isn't for plays. Plays would be a different word. 영화, which means movie, 영화관. So 영화관 means movie theater. So I'm intending to go, or I'm going to go to the movie theater. How would you say this in Korean? Oh, Miwo, you're really fast. Miwo, you got the first one. 한국어를 공부하려고 하세요. You're telling everyone here, 하세요, do it. 재밌어요. But yes, you can tell people, if you wanted to tell someone, hey, you should try studying Korean. You can say, 해보세요. You know, try it and see how it goes. Or you can say, 하려고 하세요. Put some effort into, attempt to study Korean. And they have completely different meanings. Someone just wrote a sentence in the chat. 영어관에 가려고. Nice. 영어관에 가려고요. 영어관에 가려고 해요. Nice. 저는 영어관에 가려고 해요. Nice. 영어관에 가려고 해요. 저는 영어관에 가려고요. 저는 영어관에 가려고요. 영어관에 가려고요. 영화, C 대rungs. You're missing 영화관. And also you have a typo for A, but the 가려고 is part is fine. 저는 영화관에 가려고. Someone asked, so 하세요 to do. I would have to do a live stream about that later because it's not that simple. If you use it as a command, yes, then 하세요 is a command that means do it. That's polite. 북잔. You should use 영화관 for this. It depends on what you're saying. 영화관에서는 that would be wrong. Yeah, because 에서는 it would mean at the theater. So if you're doing something at the theater, then you would say 에서, at the movie theater. Like I'm going to buy popcorn, I'm going to eat, I'm going to see a movie at the theater. But if you're moving, you just say to, which is just 에. So 영화관에. Yeah, 5 isn't too bad. Yeah, if someone was talking about, in the chat, Sam Stronger was talking about learning vocabulary a day. I've had people tell me, how many vocabulary words should I learn a day? The lower is better. The reason being, you want to really make sure you're memorizing them. And while you could learn up to 20, 30, 40, 50 vocabulary words a day, if you're not able to use all those all day, every day, they're not going to stick. So a better number would be to learn 5 to 10, maximum 15 a day, but really making them stick. And that's much easier to do. And you can use those, so you can learn, like maybe make 10 flashcards every day. and carry those 10 flashcards in your pocket. Pull them out frequently during the day, reviewing them and making sentences with those in your head or out loud. Then you'll get those words. And do that every single day for a year. And you'll have over 90% of the Korean vocabulary that you'll hear in any conversation. That's over 3,600 words. You'd be totally fine with most conversations with just 3,000 words. So you wouldn't get everything, but you would get a lot with that. And if you continued for 2 years, now you're fluent. Like, that would be fluency in 2 years if you can keep it up. But 1 year would be quite a lot. So the more important is it's not so important to do a lot of them. It's just to do it consistently. Even 5 a day is really good. 5 new vocabulary words every single day is still really good. But just making sure you really know those. Ahiman, you know the funny thing is, because your donation was so large, it's still at the top of my monitor right now. It's still like $100 at the top. I can see the timer's like 2/3 of the way down. It's still ticking down. 영화관에서 빌리님의 라이브 스트림을 보려고 해요. Yes, there you go, Leonardo Paredes. I am going to watch, or I am intending to watch. Going to, I think, is the best way to translate this in English for natural translation. But again, it doesn't mean going to, just so you can, if you want to practice translation, going to is a really good way to translate it. Yes, I'm going to watch Billy's live stream at the movie theater. 이 스트림을 보려고 해요. I'm trying to watch the stream. I'm going to watch the stream. 제가 영화관에 갔어요. 그 영화는 정말 재밌어요. 형도 영화관에 가봐야. Oh, you're missing 보아. Should be 보아. But there's just a small typo. 봐야 해요. But other than that, it makes sense. It's not natural, but it's grammatically okay. What's the difference in English? Why can't you just use future tense? Okay, that's a good question, Shane. I didn't mean to post that question again. Oh, did you already ask it before? Yes, so someone's asking, what's the difference? Why can't I just say the future tense? Because this form doesn't mean the future tense. I'm just saying going to is a good way of translating it into English. Only into English, not from English to Korean. Going to, because going to in English can also show an intention. Like you say, I'm going to do that. It means I'm intending to do that. Like, I'm going to do that later. You're not just saying, I will do that later. You're saying, yeah, I'm intending to. That's my plan. So that's why it's a good translation into English. But it's not the same as saying, I will go to the movie theater. Because that's just saying, hey, I am going to the movie theater. Whether you like it or not, I am going to the movie theater. Instead of saying, hey, well, my plan is to go to the movie theater. So it's more of it's a way to show your intentions to other people. I'm intending to, instead of just saying what is going to happen in the future. Another thing I should point out about this form. This form shows your intention. So you can say your intentions. You can say, I'm intending to do this, or, I was intending to do this. Or you can ask someone, hey, are you intending to do this? Are you going to do this? Or you intended to do that. But you cannot talk about a third party. He, she, them, right? Or they, she, they are, yeah. You cannot use this form when talking about third person. So this is what's called third person. If you're ever talking about someone who's not, the speaker is first person. This is considered first person. I, me is first person. You is second person. Third person is he, she, it, they, those people over there. Bobby, Billy, Charsu, any names. Anyone who's not currently directly in your conversation is a third person. And you cannot use this form when talking about a third person. You cannot say, Charsu is intending to go to the movie theater. The reason being, because you do not know what Charsu is intending to do. You cannot know what Charsu is intending to do. This is someone's thoughts. This is someone's personal thoughts. And in Korean, this concept will come up multiple times, where in Korean you cannot say, like for example, you can say, I want to go. 저는 가고 싶어요. You want to go. 가고 싶어요. 가고 싶어요? Do you want to go? Right? I, you, it's okay. First, second person. You cannot say 철수도 가고 싶어요. You cannot say that, because that would be assuming you know what Charsu wants to do. In Korean, you cannot describe or talk about some third person's wants or desires or intentions because you don't know them. If, however, you are writing a book And in the book, there's a character named Charsu, and he says he's going to go to the theater. Then you can say Charsu is intending to go to the movie theater, but he doesn't know there's a monster in the movie theater. You can write that because you're the author and you know Charsu's intentions 100%. But in regular conversations, you cannot assume a third person wants to do anything or intends to do anything unless you are 100% sure. So do not use this form to say anyone else is intending to do something. It's only for you or for asking, well, not me or you, or for you. So I or you. First person or second person, but not third person. So keep an eye out for that. If you use it mistakenly in the third person, Koreans will understand what you're trying to say, but it will sound awkward because they're like, how do you know that? Like, why would you know? And whereas in English, we don't assume. In English, we'll just state, oh yeah, he wants to go too. But in Korean, they don't do that. In Korean, you would have to say instead, Charsu said he's intending to go somewhere. Charsu said that he's intending. Charsu said that he wants something. Then it's okay because you're only conveying what someone said. You're not assuming, oh, Charsu wants to go there. You cannot assume what they exactly want. So be careful about that. Emotions, thoughts, intentions, desires, those things cannot be expressed about a third party unless you know 100% sure, unless you're 100% sure about it. So you'll see this concept. Is this like ryeogo? Yes, it is very similar to ryeogo. However, ryeogo also has an additional meaning of wanting to do something. So ryeogo is actually this same form for intention plus showing that you want something. So we covered that in a previous live stream already. When I did the future tenses live stream, I covered the ryeogo form. And I talked about the difference between that form. So you can go check that out for more in-depth answer. Okay. So how would you use this form to say, I'm trying to diet? Just for the sake of time, I'm going to go ahead and write some of these words down. I'm trying to diet. So why did I do that twice? So in this sense, it doesn't mean I'm going to diet and see how it goes. What you're saying is I'm putting an effort to, I'm intending to diet. I'm really trying hard. Diet is diet, which is very simple. Diet, dai, ot. And then to do, to diet, they just say dieter or diet hada. To do, literally, with hada, to do. So I am trying to diet. How would you say this? And this would be a very common expression you'll hear in Korean, and people will use this form to say that. Are these forms in my books? Yes, my books have everything, actually. These forms are, I believe, in the end of my second book, toward the end, like chapter 17, I think it is. If not, they're in the beginning of the third book, but I think they're the end of second. 저는 다이어트를 하려고요. Yep, 다이어트 하려고요. Nice. 내일 김치를 먹으려고 해요. Yeah, that's perfect. I'm going to eat kimchi tomorrow. I'm intending to eat kimchi tomorrow. 철수는 정말 좋은 사람이에요. Yeah, Leonardo Pardes. 철수 is everywhere. 저는 다이어트를 하려고요. Nice. 다이어트 하려고요. Nice. 미워. 철수 형은 you wrote 여화관, so it's a typo. it should be 영화관에 갈 거라고 말했어요. Perfect. Other than the typo, yeah, perfect. 다이어트를 하려고 해요. 다이어트 하려고. 저는 다이어트 하려고 해요. Nice. 다이어트 하려고요. 다이어트를 하려고 해요. 다이어트를 하려고 해요. 다이어트 하려고요. 다이어트를 하려고요. 다이어트를 Abby, you have a typo. You write 으려고요. It should be 하려고요 because we're doing hada as the verb. 다이어트 하려고, 다이어트 하려고, 다이어트 하려고 해요. 다이어트 하려고요. Nice. You guys are doing really good. You guys are actually really doing good at these forms. I'm happy with that. 다이어트 하려고요. 다이어트를 하려고요. I keep getting 오타. Yeah, that's fine. 다이어트 하려고 해요. Yes, you guys are all great. There's many correct answers you guys have. And there's no one way to say it, which is why I don't often write the answer on the board because there's many ways you could say it. But 다이어트 하려고 해요. Or just 하려고, or just 하려고요, or anything like that is okay. Okay, this next one I'm going to do. Tomorrow I'm going to, or tomorrow I'm intending to, like, hey, just letting you know, tomorrow I'm going to meet a friend. 내일은, tomorrow. So 내일은, so now we're talking about tomorrow. 친구, friend, 친구를. And then we have meet. So 만나려고 해요. So remember when we talked about the boda form, we also used this 만나다. We also use meet as 만나봤어요. Like I'm going to meet the teacher and see how it goes. I just want to try meeting the teacher for once. This is different. This does not mean you're just trying to meet your friend to see how it goes. If you were to say, so let's contrast that. 만나볼 거예요. So how would these two endings be different? What if we said 친구를 만나려고 해요 or 친구를 만나볼 거예요 with 보다? Think about this. What do you think would be different about these two sentences, which are both grammatically and natural? They're grammatically correct and natural. So what do you think would be the difference between these two? 만나려고 해요 and 만나볼 거예요. What do you think would be the different connotation that these two sentences would give? Just give me your guess. Is the books available in some online shops? They are on my website. I know my website has the PDFs. They're also on Kindle. Google Play has them. They're pretty much everywhere. You can find them. Any online store should have them. 목소리님, 빗소리님은 어디 있어요? 내일 친구를 만나려고요. 내일은 친구를 만나려고. When I type 만나려고, my keyboard says, oh yeah, it should be 만나. You're forgetting the nian at the bottom. In the second sentence, it's probably the first time you'll meet. Yes. Say psychotic, that's correct. It doesn't necessarily mean it is the first time, because you could, let's say you have a fight with your friend and you haven't met him in a year. So 내일은 친구를, that friend, 만나볼 거예요. I'm going to meet him and see how it goes. You know, I haven't seen him in a year, so I'm not sure how it'll go, but I'm going to meet him and I'm going to try to meet him, right? If it's a friend who's just very difficult to meet, I'm going to put effort into meeting him because it's hard to meet him. So 내일 만나려고 해요. I'm intending to meet my friend tomorrow. I don't know if I will, but that's what I'm trying to do. That's what I'm intending to do. So both of these sentences in English would probably translate as I'm going to try to meet my friend tomorrow, but they'd have completely different meanings. So yeah, 만나려고 해요 and 만나볼 거예요 are both perfectly correct sentences that just have different meanings. So whether you want to say I'm intending to, like I'm going to, or I'm going to meet him and see how it goes. I'm going to try it out. I'm going to attempt to meet him. Sorry, attempt would be this one. Attempt to meet him. Second, they will try if everything is going well. Any accident? Yeah, you can try that as well. Or first, they will try like they haven't, if they have time, but it's not sure. Lucille, correct. That's another correct way of thinking about it. Flying Icarus. 1 is intending without knowing if it will succeed. Yep. 2 is intending without knowing what it will be like when it succeeds. That's right. So 2 doesn't necessarily show intention though, but yeah, 2 says you will. So you're not intention necessarily, but 2 is showing that you will do it, but you're not knowing what it'll be like when it succeeds. You're just going to meet him and see how it goes. I'm just going to try meeting him tomorrow. So that's why these forms are so often confused, is because in English they can both translate as try. And that's when if you're thinking about translating these forms, you have to be conscious of how it's being used. Are they saying try to do something like putting effort to do it? Or are they trying to say something like, oh, I'm going to try it and see how it goes? Like, just try it, just do it. So when you're translating, think about that when you're trying to use this form and the other form. Okay, we're not done with this form though. So this form has more uses than just what we've talked about. So first of all, I already talked about how ryeogo is the full form. The actual form that shows the intention is just this ryeogo part. So you don't actually need the hada to show intention. Just like when we used quoting forms, remember we did plain form, and then 고, and then 말하다, right, for quoting. And I taught you that the 말하다 part is optional. You can just say 요, 고요, like 아니라고요. I said it's not. You don't have to add the hada or 말하다. The same thing goes here. Hada is completely optional. You can use it if you want to specify a tense, because if you don't use it, if you just say ryeogo, it's present tense. Like, hey, I'm intending to do that right now, present. If you wanted to say I intended to, you have to use the past tense. You have to use hada. But there's other verbs that we can use with this as well. So we learned saying like, let's do another example. Actually, I don't need to go over those examples. Okay, there are other verbs that we can add after here instead of hada, which can give more information. One of them is 노력하다. Now, let's first talk about 노력하다 by itself, because this is a very useful, actually just write it up here. Let's talk about 노력하다 by itself, because this is really useful verb. By itself, this is the verb that just means to try. This verb by itself just means to try, specifically as to exert. And the word 노력 by itself is a noun that means effort or exertion. You know, to put forth effort. So you can think of 노력하다 as to put forth effort. To put forth effort. So this is the verb that by itself means to put forth effort. So how can we use this verb? Well, normally you can just say something like 지금, now, 노력하고 있어요. And this would just mean, you're not saying you're trying to do something. You're just saying, now I am trying. Now I am trying. Now I am putting forth effort into doing something. We don't know. We're not trying to do anything specific, but we're just trying. We're just putting forth effort. There's no other verb, just 노력하고 있어요. Just 노력하다 by itself. 노력하고 있어요. Now I am trying. So maybe your friend could say, oh, you should try harder to learn Korean. You say, 지금 노력하고 있어요. I am trying right now. That's how you could say it, just like this. And this verb, as well as others we'll learn, are very useful when combined with the ryeogo form. So I'll talk about that next. One more example. You could say something like 열심히, which is the adverb that means hard, or diligently is one way to translate it. So you can study hard. We would say in Korean 열심히 공부하다. So you could say something like 열심히 노력해야 there 돼요. Hopefully you can see this okay. Yes. 열심히 노력해야 돼요. You have to you have to put forth effort. You have to try hard. 열심히, hard, diligently. You have to try hard. So if someone's like, oh, I can't do it, it's really difficult, you can tell them, 열심히 노력해야 돼요. You have to try hard, right? We're not saying anything specific. We're not putting any verb. We're not saying you have to try studying hard. We're just saying you have to try hard. Just in general, you have to put forth the effort. You have to try. You have to try hard. That's what this verb can mean. So hopefully you got that. Does that kind of make sense? Do you get how this verb can be used by itself, or what this verb means? 노력하다. Let me know if it doesn't make sense. I could go over another example. The reason is it's very useful. So you really have to understand that, because 노력하고 있어요. Yeah, Mio, sure, you can say that. Right now I'm intending to give it a shot. Yeah, sure. That's kind of what I mean. 한국어 배우기에 노력하고 있어요. Nope. Flying Icarus, it's not quite there. Okay, so 노력하다 just by itself is just a verb that means to put forth effort. So that's all you have to know. So if you ever need to say, I am trying, or try it, as in put forth effort into doing it just by itself, no other verb. You're not saying try to do something, just try it. Right? Just the word try. 노력하다. That's it. That's all you have to know. The usage of it comes in handy when combined together with, Aimon, your chat is still at the top. I swear it's going to be here the whole 2-hour stream. Okay. Is when it's combined with, let's write this up here so I have plenty of space. ryeogo, 노력하다. This is another way that you'll see this form. Now, I told you that the ryeogo form by itself shows intention. This form by itself shows that you're putting effort into something, that you're trying to do something, right? You're attempting to do something. You're intending to do something. You're going to do something. when combined with 노력하다, it adds the meaning of you're putting forth effort in order to try to do something. So in English, we might say like, I'm trying to learn Korean. I'm trying hard to learn Korean. 한국어, Korean. Let's say study. I'll use learn. Trying hard to learn. That way we can get a more natural sentence. 배우다, normally for to learn. 배우다, right? Well, here we're going to say in order to learn. So 배우려고. So now we're saying 한국어를 배우려고. I'm trying to learn Korean. But now you want to say I'm trying hard. I'm putting in effort. I'm really trying hard. Well, if you want to add that 열심히, hard, you're going to need to have another verb at the end. So you can say something like 열심히. 배우려고 열심히. Now you could just do 하고 있어요, right? Like before, we told you you can just use hada. And this means 한국어를 배우려고 열심히 하고 있어요. I am trying hard. 열심히 hard. I am trying hard, intending to learn Korean. But we could also do this. 노력하고 있어요. Sorry, it's my fault for writing so far to the right. 한국어를 배우려고. Think of this as two pieces. So the part with ryeogo, imagine that it means intending to do. So intending to learn Korean. 열심히 노력하고 있어요. I am putting in a lot of effort. I'm trying hard, intending to learn Korean. A really natural English way to translate this would just be I'm trying hard to. I'm trying hard in order to, but the literal meaning is not in order to. I'm just telling you how you might see it translated so you don't get confused later. Because in English and Korean, we say things obviously differently. We don't just translate word for word in English and Korean. Koreans express things differently, but a natural way you might see this type of form translated in English would just be I'm trying hard to learn Korean. But know that that's not the literal meaning. The literal meaning is I'm trying hard, 노력하다, putting forth effort, hard, intending to learn Korean or going to learn Korean. So I am trying hard while intending to, while I am attempting to learn Korean. Does that make sense? So if it helps, whenever you see ryeogo combined with another verb, it can help to translate this in your head as while intending to. And then you can keep kind of keep focused on the literal translation for this if you translate it like that in your head. 열심히 노력하다. Leonard Paradis. Like thou shalt try hard. Sounds like a commandment or something. 저는 한국 카페 주인님을 만났어요. 주인님은 제 엄마 됐어요. I met a master at the cafe. If you say 주인님, 주인님 is more like master, not like owner. Owner is just 주인. 친구들아, 한국어를 배우는 것은 가능해요. 열심히 노력하자. Friends, it is possible to learn Korean. Try hard. Oh, you might want to remove the 요 from 가능해, from 가능해요. Since the yo would be polite, but 노력하자 is impolite, would be informal. But yeah. Emiana, yeah, take care. Let's check here. Definitely back. In English, this can be found as trying to avoid doing X. Avoid? I'm not sure what the question means. Okay, so let's do another example. I think I want you guys to try this one out though. So I am trying to I want you to use this new form with 노력하다. I am trying to quit smoking. This could be a common sentence you might hear, every week by a Korean who's trying to quit smoking. Smoking, they say 담배. Oh, I always write that backwards. I did it again. What's wrong with me? 담배 means cigarettes, but that's what they use for. They say quit cigarettes is what they say. 담배를 끊다. So this means to quit smoking. To quit cigarettes, literally. To quit tobacco. 담배 means tobacco, actually. So to quit tobacco. So I am trying to quit smoking is how they would say that. So how would you say I'm trying to quit smoking with this form, 노력하다? So you want to say I'm really trying. I'm putting forth effort. I'm not just intending, right? ryeogo by itself means intending. But if you add 노력하다, now you're showing that you're really putting forth effort intending to do that. While you're intending to quit smoking, you're putting forth the effort to do that. That's what it means. So 노력하다 can be used to show that you're really putting effort into doing something, not just that you're intending to. So it's really useful for showing things that you're really trying hard to do. 담배를 끊으려고 노력하고 있어요. Nice, unicorn mixer. First one. Billy, do you smoke? Never tried it, never will. It smells terrible. But a lot of my friends do. 저는 담배를 끊으려고 노력하고 있어요. Especially Koreans. You'd be hard pressed to find a Korean male who doesn't smoke. Really. Like, it's rare when I find Korean guys who don't smoke. Like, most of the guys that I know smoke. Whether they smoke a ton or just smoke occasionally, it's just a thing. I think they get into it during after the army. So, like, drinking and smoking, every Korean does that pretty much. 끊으려고. Flying Icarus, it should be 끊으려고 since it ends in a consonant. But the rest of it's fine. 담배를 끊으려고 노력해요. I try to quit smoking. Yes. What we're doing is I am trying to. So here we have am, which is we're going to need the progressive tense. So we're going to need 고 있다. This 고 있다 form, remember? To show that you are trying. Someone had written, oops, I guess this thing died again. I'll change the battery while you guys keep trying. Okay. There we go. 전 담배를 끊으려고 노력하고 있어요. 담배를 끊으려고. You wrote Nessa. You wrote 끊을. It's a nian here. 려고 해요. 우리 동아리를 that's not the sentence. Let's see. 저는 담배를 끊으려고 노력하고 있어요. 담배를 끊으려고 노력하고 있어요. Oh yes, that's nice. 전 담배를 끊으려고 노력하고 있어요. Nice. Does this form work for past tense? Yes, you can say I tried. So try to do that. Tried. Now we're in the past tense. And let's contrast this form with using the boda form. Again, I want to make it really clear that you can tell the difference between this form and the boda form. So using this form, I tried to quit smoking. The ending is going to be past tense. So everything's the same except for 노력하다, which will be past tense. 노력했어요. I tried. If we were to say 노력해봤어요, that means I did it. I tried it and I did it. I saw how it went. Maybe I started smoking again, but at least I did quit. And I checked, how is my health? I saw how it went. I saw the results of trying to quit. Or if you just say 끊어봤어요, right? So if we're going to use this form with the boda, 끊어봤어요. If we were to do the other form, what we would get instead is I stopped smoking and saw what it did to my health. Well, it worked out really nice. Now I'm not coughing as much and I feel healthier. My teeth are whiter. You could say all that type of stuff. 끊어봤어요. Like, I tried it out. Maybe you'll start smoking again in the future, but you actually did it. You actually did it and saw how it went. So that's a completely different meaning. Whereas both in English mean I tried, but this one means you actually did it. So if you said 끊으려고 했어요, or 노력했어요. 노력했어요. What you're just saying, you're not saying you successfully did it or not. It doesn't mean that. It just means you tried. You tried. You intended to. And while intending to quit, you put forth effort. 노력했어요. I put forth effort intending to quit smoking. So in order to quit smoking, I tried really hard. Is what it means. And maybe you were successful, or maybe you weren't. That can come after. You can explain that later. It just means you tried hard to do it. So there's different connotations in using those two forms. 노력했어요. Nice. You guys have got it. Low-key an advocate against. No, I'm not saying that. Like, I think smoking's bad, but I'm not going to tell anybody how to live their life if they're not hurting anyone else. You know, if you're smoking, you're only hurting yourself. You're not hurting other people. I mean, assuming you're not breathing in other people's faces, just doing that is fine if you want to do it. I just don't like it. I think it smells terrible, and it's bad for my health. So I don't do it. But, you know, I'm not going to tell anyone else not to do it. I just think, you know, it's not cool. It doesn't look cool. So, but then again, you know, Arnold Schwarzenegger that likes cigars, so whatever, you know. But there's more that we can do with this form. So this is where it really gets useful. So we learned how we can use this form with 노력하다 to show that you want to intend to do something and you're putting effort into doing that. What if I told you, get my Morpheus glasses on, what if I told you you can use this form with other verbs as well, not just 노력하다? This is where it comes up in Korean the most. So this is where you'll see it used the most. It can be used with tons of verbs. Any verb in order to show what you're doing while, remember this translation I told you, while intending to? This is where it comes in handy. While you're intending to do whatever. So maybe you're trying to quit smoking. Well, what are you doing while you're intending to quit smoking? Are you trying hard? Are you changing your friends? Are you buying a nicotine patch? Are you chewing gum? Are you anything? You can use your imagination. What kind of things would you do while you're intending to meet the teacher? So you're intending to meet a teacher, right? 만나려고 해요. Well, what kind of thing, besides just, you know, trying to meet a teacher, besides just 만나려고, besides just intending to meet the teacher, what could you do intending to meet the teacher? Well, you could call him on the phone. You could ask someone to introduce you. You could go to his school. You could, anything that shows what you're doing while you're intending to do it, and can be used after this as a verb. So this form is very versatile. So we learned 노력하다. What that means is, while you're intending to do something, what are you doing? 노력하다. You are trying hard. You're putting in effort, which is why that's useful for showing that you're really trying hard at something. But this form is very versatile because now we can say anything that we want while we're trying to do that. So I'm trying to diet. So what kind of things could you do? Tell me, let me know. What do you guys think? What kind of things could you do while you're intending to diet besides trying hard? What kind of things could you do while you're intending to diet? So let's give me some examples. What do you think in English? So we have, I did it again. I can't write the most basic Korean letter. I think it's just the angle. 다이어트를 하려고. So while I'm intending to diet, what other things can I do? I can just 노력해요. I am working hard. I am putting forth effort, trying to diet. I'm trying to diet. But what else can you do? Buy healthy food, eat healthy, eat junk food while into, yeah, nice. Drink lots of water, eat less sugar. How about exercise? 운동 하고 있어요. 다이어트를 하려고 운동하고 있어요. I am exercising while intending to diet. Or a really natural English translation is, oh yeah, I'm dieting to lose weight. I'm exercising to diet. Or I'm exercising to lose weight. And this sounds totally natural in English. I'm exercising to lose weight, right? In Korean, 다이어트를 하려고 운동하고 있어요. I am exercising while intending to diet. So my intentions are, I'm going to diet. I'm going to try it out. I'm going to make an effort to diet. And in order to do that, while I'm intending to do that, 운동하고 있어요. So my exercise goes directly into my intentions. So I'm exercising while intending to diet. What else could you do? Someone said drinking water, right? 물을 많이 마시고 있어요. I am drinking lots of water to diet. So intending to diet, I am drinking a lot of water. So I'm drinking a lot of water to diet these days, right? You might just say that to your friend, yeah, well, I'm trying to diet, so I'm drinking tons of water. Perfectly natural in English, perfectly natural in Korean. So you're not going to sound like you're copying a textbook example sentence. This will sound like you are a Korean person. You are a completely natural Korean person making the sentence. You know, your pronunciation might not be perfect, your intonation might not be perfect, but now you can say completely natural Korean sentences what you're intending to do. What are you going to do? Well, I'm going to do this, and in order to do this, while I'm intending to do this, I'm going to do this. This is what I'm doing. So, how would you say this sentence? Let's see. Actually, let me give you one more example. 여행을 가다 means to go on a vacation, literally to go a vacation. 여행을 가다. Or to go on a trip, actually, sorry. 여행 means trip. But you might say vacation, but to go on a trip. So 여행을 가려고. So intending to go on a trip. So what am I doing while I'm intending to go on a trip? Well, how about I'm saving up money? 돈을 모으다 is to save up money. 모으다 means literally to gather or collect money, to gather up your money. But that's how they say to save money. Not save as in not using it, but saving as in collecting it. So I'm 모으고 있어요. Or maybe you want to say, I want to save money, 모으고 싶어요. Or I'm going to save money. Any form you want to say. Or 뭐 봤어요. I saved up money to go on a trip. So here we have 돈을 모으고 있어요. I am saving up money, intending to go on a trip. So yeah, I'm saving up money to take a trip, right? Totally natural in English, totally natural in Korean. Oh, the dictionary form is boda. To save, well, specifically to gather your money. So it doesn't mean to spend less money, because save in English could mean simply not spending your money. Just not spending. It also means saving. Like, you can save $5. You're not spending $5. But this doesn't mean just not spending money. There's a different word for not spending your money, for saving your money. This one is to gather your money, collecting your money. I know there's a better word. I can't think of it right now in English. Does it have to be an action that will help? Yes, it will be something that's related to what are you doing while you're intending to do this. So you would say 여행을 가려고, intending to go on a trip. You wouldn't say like, I bought a monkey. Can you buy monkeys? Do they sell monkeys? Where would you buy a monkey? But you wouldn't say that. It just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't have anything to do with you're going on a trip. So you wouldn't say 여행을 가려고 원숭이를 샀어요. Like, why do you have, they would think, like, why do you have to buy a monkey to go on a trip? Like, what does that have to do? How is that helping you to, what does that have to do with you intending to go on a trip? So it has to be something that's directly related to, what are you doing while you're intending to do that thing? Where would you buy a monkey? The zoo? I bet you could buy a monkey from the zoo if you paid them a lot of money. Or could you? Would they be allowed to sell it? I think it's restricted. You have to have some special license to even buy it. So if you got a monkey license, then you could probably buy a monkey from the zoo, or maybe buy a monkey directly from Monkey Town, wherever they sell Monkeys R Us. Okay, how to buy a monkey? Yeah, I know it's illegal. You have to have special license to do it. So not that you can't have a monkey. I mean, Michael Jackson had a monkey. You just have to have special licensing to do it. So he probably had someone on call that he hired all the time who would be taking care of the monkey, who had the license to even buy it for him. So what you're doing while you're intending to do that. Let me give you another example. This one's difficult, I'd say, but I want you guys to do it. Math teacher. Okay, literally, intending to become a math teacher, I studied math. Or more naturally, I studied math to become a math teacher. How would we say this? Go ahead and try it. I'm going to give some words for those of you who don't know these words. So math is 수학. And you could say math teacher by just saying 수학 선생님. Study, 공부하다. 공부하다, to study. So we're going to say intending to become, and here become is subject marker, so 이 or 가, with the verb 되다. Oops. 되다. So you would say teacher, here teacher, whatever it is that you want to become, person, place, or thing, 가 되려고 되다. So how would you say this? Intending to become a math teacher, I studied math. Or I studied math to become a math teacher. Let's see who's got it. Monkey Town, I'm losing it. Da, won't you take me to da, da, da. Oh wait, I'm going to get a copyright strike for that, so I'm not going to sing that. Monkey Town. Let's see. Oh, Moon Sugar wrote that too. Okay. 수학 선생님이 되려고 수학을 공부했어요. Nice. Rain. No. You got it. First person. 수학 선생님이 되려고 수학 공부했어요. Nice, Dr. Nutria. 수학 선생님이 되려고 수학 공부하고 있어요. I am studying math in order to become a teacher. Yes, there you go. 수학 선생님이 되려고 수학 공부하고 있어요. Oh, you wrote Noah Deeps. You wrote 공부하고 있어요. That's just a typo. So that's fine though. Just fix the typo. 수학 선생님이 되려고 수학 공부했어요. 수학 선생님가 Natalie Moraes, you wrote 가 되려고, but it should be E sentence after a consonant, since 선생님 ends in a consonant. So 선생님이 되려고 수학을 공부했어요. Nice. 수학 선생님이 Flying Icarus. It's, you don't conjugate the yo form with this. It's simply 되다. So 되다 becomes 돼 like this, exactly spelled like this. It doesn't conjugate to the yo form. Or there was just a typo on your part. 되려고 수학을 공부했어요. Nice. 수학 선생님이 되려고 공부했어요. 수학 선생님이 되려고 수학을 공부했어요. 수학 선생님이 되려고 수학 공부했어요. 수학 선생님. Oh, again, Julie loves music. I see you fixed it. E, that's right. 수학을 공부했어요. Okay, you guys got it. I'm actually really impressed with you guys this stream because this topic today is low intermediate. I'll be honest with you. This is not a beginner topic. boda, the first form that we learned, boda, like hey boda, 뭐고 boda, that form is beginner level, I would say. But this form is intermediate, 100%, at least low intermediate. Could be middle intermediate, depending how you're using it. But if you guys have this concept down, if you feel like, oh, I feel pretty comfortable with it, this is an intermediate topic. So, good job, guys. I'm actually really impressed because I know most people who are watching are beginners, so I feel really good that you guys are getting this intermediate concept, despite many of you I know who are still beginners. There's some intermediates watching as well. But yeah, so good job. So 수학 선생님이 되려고, so intending to become a math teacher, 수학을 공부했어요. I studied math in order to, well, not literally in order to, but I studied math intending to become a math teacher. So I'm going to become a math teacher, so I studied math, is what you say. What else, just thinking about it, what else could you do in order to become a math teacher? So 수학 선생님이 되려고, maybe you get a teacher credentials. Maybe you go to teaching school. Maybe you tutor students. Maybe you do anything. Whatever it is that you're doing whatever it is you're doing intending to do something, that's what can be the verb or sentence that goes after it. So this form is incredibly versatile. So hopefully you guys will just kind of realize that this form is very useful for making sentences. And I have one more. In order to understand that sentence, so pretty much intending to, or I'm going to understand, intending to understand that sentence. You can think of this intending as, although the intending is the actual meaning, in English translation, you will almost never see the word intending to. Just because it doesn't sound, we don't say the intention in English. We just say, I'm going to, or I want to, right? In English. We don't really say intending to, but the meaning is intending to. Intending to understand let's say that sentence. To understand that sentence, I asked Billy. This one has a few things I'd like to go over. So go ahead and try this out. If you feel like, oh, I'm really good with it, go ahead and try this out. While you're trying it out, I'm going to explain a few things. So 빌리, of course, is 빌리 for my name. Ask, 물어보다. Now, I have explained this before in a previous live stream, but whenever you have anything that has to do with communication, so say, tell, ask, convey, anything that has to do with communicating, the person you're communicating that to will use the particle for to. It will not use the object marker. It will use the particle for to. So you would not say 빌리를. If you said 빌리를 물어보다, that means like what you're asking is, it's not a question you're asking a billy. What is a billy? Like you're asking a billy. It doesn't make any sense. You would just say, I asked it in English, we don't say I asked to Billy, but in Korean they say I asked to, or I said to. I told that to. They always use to. So you could say 빌리한테, to Billy. And understand is 이해하다. That is 그. So you have this is 이, and that is 그. And sentence is 문장. 문장. So that's everything I need to explain. Let's see if anyone's already written it down. 그 문장을 이해하려고 Flying Icarus. 밀리에게 밀리. Who is Millie? I am not learn Korean with Go Millie Korean. But you got it. I'll say you got it first because you did get it, except for the typo. 그 문장을 이해하려고 빌리한테 물어봤어요. Okay, Leonardo Paredes. Leonardo, I have a feeling you're completely intermediate. There's no way you're a beginner. I was reading your sentence. I wouldn't say advanced, but I would say at least low intermediate to mid intermediate, highest, somewhere in there. It's a good job though. 이해가려고. Nessa would be 이해하려고. 저는 빌리에게. So 빌리한테 or 에게. You can use 에게 if you want to, but not just a. Just a by itself is only used for a location. So you went somewhere, or to the store, to the movies. But if it's a person, it's ege or ante, or 게 if you're being honorific. But yeah, if you're talking to a teacher, someone like a parent, someone you want to be extra honorific to, extra polite, then say 게, which also means to. Or ege is more of a standard. Hante is more of a natural, smoother sounding, casual way to say to. And it's not just casual though, it's for any regular speaking that's not formal. So anytime you're not speaking formally, ante is the best one to use for to a person. We're asking a Billy. No, you're not asking a Billy. It would mean like if you wanted to use the object marker, ahimang, if you wanted to use the object marker before what you're asking, that would be the specific thing that you are asking, as in like the sentence you're asking or a question you're asking, the noun that you're asking. Since an object marker can only mark an object, which would be a thing, a person, place, or thing, a noun. So if you were to say, I asked a question, you could say 질문을 물어보다. They don't really say that too much, but you could say it. If you wanted to ask a specific sentence or ask a problem, you can use that. But what it is that you're asking exactly would be the object marker. But if you're asking that to someone, you have to use the to. Or else it would sound like that's like you're asking a billy, like some billy is flying out of your mouth, I guess. It doesn't really logically make sense. Koreans would understand what you're trying to say, though, but it would be wrong. 문장을 이해하려고 빌리한테 물어봤어요. 그 문장을 이해하려고 빌리한테 Dr. Nutri, you have a typo on ante, you wrote hatte, but the rest of it's fine. 문장을 이해하려고 빌리한테 물어봤어요. Rain, no, you're just missing the 그 for that, but yeah, that's fine. 그 문장, or just 문장 is fine too. 문장, the sentence. 전 빌리에게 물어봤어요. Okay, let's learn Korean with Millie. If there's a girl version of me, then if you're a girl and you want to teach Korean, start the channel, Learn Korean with Go Millie Korean. I will endorse you. 문장을 이해하려고 빌리한테 물어봤어요. 문장을 이해하려고 빌리한테 물어봤어요. 문장을 이해하려고 빌리한테 물어봤어요. Alex Jansen, you have a typo there. You're missing the 해 for 이해 하려고, and then 빌리 is 빌리, not 비리. 한테 문장을 물어봤어요. Yeah, you could ask 문장을 물어봤어요. You can ask the sentence to Billy. Yeah, that's okay too. 문장 이해하려고 빌리한테 빌리 안돼. You wrote Tessa. You wrote 빌리 안돼. So it's just a typo. You should have 안테. It uses the strong letter there. 빌리가 되려고 문장을 이해했어요. BBAK. In order to become Billy, or intending to become Billy, I understood the sentence so that I could become Billy. Sure, sure. Milli Vanilli. All right. That's all of the sentences and the whole lesson I had for today. Despite the 15-minute microphone introduction problem during the introduction, we still managed to finish on time. Yay! That's because this lesson only had two forms. We're learning the boda and the 노력하다, or the ryeogo form. So, one more time. boda. Remember, boda means seeing. So you're seeing how it goes. You're just doing something. Just doing something. So trying it, as in the sense of trying it for the first time. Maybe the first time. Could be. This doesn't mean it's the first time. You're trying it out, seeing how it goes. Seeing how it goes. I know I bought new markers, but the black one was the only one that didn't arrive in the package. So I'll buy a new black marker. I can see this is already like, there's a reason I'm not using it. And then the ryeogo form literally means just intention. But you can also translate it in your head when you're going to English as going to, like you're saying, I'm going to do something. Going to do, not going to the store, but going to go to the store. Going to do, going to verb. Some verb here. And it shows that you're actually attempting to. So whether you're putting forth effort to do it, that's just your intention. That's what you're going to do. That's your intention to do it. So think about these differences because they are very different. If you misuse it, your sentence will still make sense. But practice using these ones on your own with your pen pals. Hopefully you guys have pen pals or Koreans that you can talk with on a regular basis. We have a few extra learn Vietnamese with Go Milli Vietnamese. Oh no. Rip 2 markers and erasers. Which color is better? The blue. The blue is one of the new ones that I got, and I think it works really good. I also have a new red and a new green that work really well too, and I'll use those later. Once I currently have a red and I have a green, and they both work nice, so I'm not going to replace them yet. So I would like you guys to try to make a short sentence using boda or ryeogo in the chat because we have a few extra minutes and I'm going to correct some of them. I'm not going to correct all of them, but I'll say 5 minutes. It'll probably take 10 minutes, but okay, 5 minutes. Bill. You don't know who Bill is, Ahivang? It's Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. 한국어를 배우려고 매일 공부할 거예요. Nice. 최대한 노력할 거예요. Tessa S. Nice sentence. Nice. I'm going to study every day to learn Korean. So I'm intending to learn Korean every day. So while intending to learn Korean, I'm intending to learn Korean. So while I'm intending to learn Korean, I'm going to study every day. If you guys make a short sentence in Korean right now using either of these forms, I will try to give some corrections. Can I impress Korean girls by talking about how many different colored markers I have at work? Someone quick, give me a sentence. Already end of lesson and I just got used to the microphone. I realized no one else donated after this $100. Yeah, I mean, if I buy a microphone, it's going to be more than $100, but jury is out buying more markers. No. I will buy a new black one though, but not yet. I'm just waiting for it to die because it still works, but I will get a new black one. Maybe a couple new black ones. And I have new erasers already. So this one's actually starting to get dirty again, just like the other one. So maybe after the end of this season, I'll throw this one out. And then I'll use a new one every like 3 live streams. 한국어 잘 하려고 노력하고 있어요. Yeah, I'm trying hard to speak Korean well. Billy, how's your Japanese now? It's mostly like understanding. So I can speak basic Japanese, but it takes a lot of effort to switch my brain back to Japanese because I haven't studied it in a long time. So, but at the time I studied it, I did so much studying. And these days I still watch lots of Japanese dramas. So I'm still fine with understanding Japanese. I'm still okay at understanding Japanese, but my speaking is like down. So it's at the point where like I can understand what people are saying, but not make a very nice answer back to them. And sometimes I actually think in Korean and then translate that to Japanese since it's easier than trying to think in English. Did you ever make a video about spacing in Korean? No, I will in the future. 한국에 가보려고 돈을 모으는 중이에요. Nice, Bensong. Nice, nice, nice. I am currently, so 모으는 중, currently in the process of saving up my money so that I can try to go to Korea. Awesome sentence. And you used both forms in there. 순천에 가보세요. 순천. I've never been there. 한국에 한번 가보고 싶어요. Nice. I want to go to Korea once. 한국어를 배우고 싶을수록 공부를 더 해보고 싶어요. That wouldn't be right. You'd want to say 배울수록. The more I learn Korean, the more I want to study is what you'd want to say. But what you wrote is the more that I want to learn Korean, the more that I want to study. So it's not necessary to use the 고 싶을수록 part. You can just do 배울수록. The microphone could be having a bad day. I've had this happen on a different stream before, not YouTube, but the same thing randomly happened with this microphone. But if it's possible, I might want to change this to a regular plug-in audio microphone because I think those don't have the same issues. I think it's because it's a USB, but I'll play with it. I might do a private live stream just to check it out later on. 자려고 피곤하지 않을 거예요. I won't. I'm not sure what that's supposed to mean. You would be 피곤하지 않으려고, but you wouldn't need to quite say that. You could just say 피곤해서, because I am tired. 피곤해서 잘 거예요. 자려고. 피곤하니까, because I am tired. Anything like that would be better. 먹어보면 안 죽을 거예요. If you try eating it, you won't die. So yeah, you won't die if you eat this. So go ahead and try it. It's safe. You're not going to die. Nice unicorn mixer. 오늘은 가게에 가려고 하고 있어요. I'm trying to. I currently am like right now, I'm trying to, or intending to, go to the store. Yeah. How can you say how something went after you try and see? Well, you would say, 해봤는데, so with the boda form, 해봤는데, 봤지만, and then you would say, or 봤어요, blah, 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 and then say the next sentence. Just like that. You can just connect it with, 봤는데, with the 는데 form would be a nice way to connect that, if it's related to it. 한국 친구, your 친구, but it should be 친구, 친구한테 말하려고. I was trying to say, but 말하다 is just more to say. But if you're actually talking to someone, having a conversation, they don't use 말하다. They use 이야기하다, or more specifically, more commonly, just 얘기하다. So you would say 한국 친구랑, or 한국 친구하고, with my friend, 얘기하려고, trying to talk with my friend. I know Hangul, but do you have any advice for what videos to watch on your channel? Unfortunately, my channel doesn't have a Korean course, a full Korean course yet. Someday I will. But the only option would be using online courses or my books, something like that. You want a curriculum. So whatever curriculum you use. And I have a video on my channel called How to Start Learning Korean in 10 Steps. And it lists a bunch of curriculums you can use. So check that out. That has some links in there. But that's what I would start with if you know Hangul already. 한국 배우려고 빌리님의 책을 살 거예요. I'm intending to learn Korean, so I'm going to buy Billy's book so that because I am, or while intending to, learn Korean. Nice, sweetest fortune. Perfect sentence too. 이 아기가 너무 슬펐어. 그래서 너는 울었어. You wouldn't use these twin angels. Actually, instead of explaining that here, because it's kind of a long explanation, I have a live stream about sentence connectors. And I think it's the first sentence connectors part 1. And I talk about this whole form. It's only used with the present tense. So you wouldn't say 슬펐어서. You would just say 슬퍼서 by itself. Present tense. But also check out the live stream. And you don't need to space every single word either. Yeah, the ryeogo form would be a very natural way to translate for in Korean. I didn't want to go into that in too detail today though, because I think that would derail what I'm trying to teach. But often it translates as going to or for when it's used with these verbs like this. So not 위해. 이번 주는 춤을 추려고 노력하고 있어요. I am trying hard so that I can work, so that I can dance on this weekend. Abby, you could say that sentence if it's really difficult to dance on the dance during the week. Like you're so busy. So now you're trying really hard so that you can dance this week. It grammatically makes sense, though I think in context, I'm not really sure it would make perfect sense because why would you have to put effort into trying to dance this week? But maybe, maybe you're super, super busy and you're just trying to make room in your schedule. Then, yeah, I could work for that. I like how Ahimang asked me, like, when's your birthday? And I told her my birthday, and then she just gives me the microphone fun anyway. I think she was looking for an excuse to say it's your birthday. But my birthday's not till June, actually. My birthday is June 15th. 해봤는데 할만하지 않았어요. 해봤는데 할만하지 않았어요. I tried it, but it wasn't worth doing it. Okay, I guess, yeah, it could fit in a certain context. Like, I did it, but I don't think it's worth doing anymore. Like, kind of that. 한국어 공부하려고 K-hip-hop 듣고 있어요. Okay, I am listening to K-hip-hop in order to, intending to study Korean. Christmas? Oh, sure. Yeah, there's some, if you gave it to me in, March, you'd be like, it's for, St. Patrick's Day. Happy St. Patrick's Day or something. Okay, anyway, you guys did really great today. I think you got it. And again, this is kind of an intermediate concept. So if you felt a bit lost today, just know that this is more of a high beginner, low intermediate concept. Especially ryeogo is definitely intermediate. Especially if you're using it with any other verbs besides just hada. It's an intermediate concept. So despite that, you guys did really good. And next live stream, we'll have, I think, just 2 more live streams for this season. And then we'll stop for a break for Christmas and New Year's. And then I'll start again. And yeah, if you guys have any suggestions, let me know. Please join in the Discord chat. Check out our active Discord chat. We have lots of people in there all the time. You can ask Korean questions. You can speak in Korean. They have a Korean-only chat room where you can just practice only reading and writing in Korean. You can, if you're a member of YouTube or a member on Patreon, not quite 100, but yeah, it does. Thanks, 52 Bunker. 52 Bunker. I think you've given me like $5 52 times now. Thanks, man, as always. Yeah. But yeah, also check out the Discord chat because I'm in there a lot. So if you want to hang out with me, I usually go in there once a day or so. I'm kind of always hanging out there. You can ping me and I'll reply later if I'm not there. But yeah, thanks again to everyone who's donated. Blood Falcon 2K7, Bisa Romy, Sam Strongarm, Jess Bridges, Sarah Lyons, Carminas, Ehimon, and 52 Bunker. Thanks for coming to the chat, and I will see you guys again. Blood Falcon 2K7. Oh, nice. 감사합니다. 안녕히 주무세요. Are you going to bed? Where are you, Blood Falcon? Where are you located? Is it like really late for you? Thank you. Again. So I have a nice budget for a new microphone. I don't know what. I'll have to add it up. 100, maybe like 150 or something for whether I get a new microphone or buy some equipment to set it up better. I'll fix it for next week. I promise. And thank you all for coming. I will see you guys later. 그럼 다음에 또 봐.